Jayson Tatum. You haven't seen the best version of Jayson Tatum, says Jayson Tatum. What do we think about this?
I
Yeah,
believe it.
I
I
agree.
agree.
Give context. It
I
was media
agree.
day today for the Celtics,
Good for
so
them.
they're
They
asking the
probably try.
question.
Yeah, they just asked him probably like, "Well, how do you feel about being
This,
benched in the fucking
yeah, but
Olympics?"
I don't think we've seen the best of Jason Tatum yet.
Mm.
Like I said last week, I think if he dials back to what he was 2 years ago and he has a motivation to do so with being benched on the Olympics and all the criticism about the Finals MVP and the "we did it" and him being corny and stealing people's lines, he sees all that, and I think he's going to use that as motivation to have the best season of his career yet
Now, my,
and prove haters wrong, and he has the field to do so. So
my
I
question
believe
to
in
you,
Jason
Hassan,
Tatum.
is you think that's how he's operating? Like that's how he's thinking right now, or you think he's gonna
Yes.
like regret, like not regress, but stay the same as what he played last year? As such as 27, whatever, 8 and like 5, right?
I honestly think he has a killer mentality in terms of reaching success, not in terms of
Mm.
killing people on the
But
basketball
like
court.
career, like success,
Yeah,
like
so
overall
I think he
team,
puts in.
winning basketball, winning another chip, maybe a Finals MVP in there.
Yeah,
MVP not so much, right? As we're talking about. So
yeah, I believe he has a killer mentality in terms of putting in the work to get better, and he uses hate as motivation to be a better basketball player. Not in terms of being like a killer on the court or anything, because I know he doesn't have that dog in him like that. But I know he has a skill to be really good, and he just relies on his skill to be even better. So I think he'll dial that up and have the best season yet to come.
yeah, I like what you said. I can get on board with that part. But yeah, I mean, just to see what I have to say about it, about like Jason Tatum individually being better. I don't see that happening. Like I guess, but
Really,
as an overall, team
winner.
success, I see it happening.
I don't know about that. I don't know if the team can get. I mean, if besides them doing the same thing they did last year and winning a chip, being the number one team, like how much better can you get? I see what he's saying in terms of, he didn't have the greatest season last year, but I also think that's okay, to be honest. I think where it really matters is the playoffs more so than anything. I don't really care personally if his regular season numbers are like crazy. As long as he's playing
Yeah.
within the team system, like I feel like he he shouldn't take all this benching and everything that's been going on to heart, because if he starts to do too much, that's also a bad thing. Like you don't want him to hog the ball and like try to take over games. The way the Celtics are built, like he doesn't
Yeah,
have to do that, nor should he do that. So I think the numbers, whatever, like personally, I don't care if they go up. I think he can be a better player with the same numbers. The real issue to me was the playoffs and like him showing that he is that player when it matters most. I think if he just like again, Celtics, they could have a worse record, better record. At the end of the day, they're focused on playoffs at this point. They have been for the last couple of years. So where he can be the best version of himself is in the playoffs, I think.
Mm.
yeah, I agree with that take. I feel like he won't showcase him taking over games from his personality, more so from his skill. I think if he trusts in his skill or keeps working on his bag, that'll showcase like he did like in the future, or sorry, in the past, where he had 50-point games in the playoffs and
Mm.
30-point games. But I think he'll showcase something for us this year.
I
If
don't know,
not,
man.
I think I'm out.
I was gonna say 2 years ago, bro. He was locked in. I mean, like individually, but then
Yeah,
like
but
I guess the team got
team
better,
got
so he
better.
had to like the team. Yeah, team got better. Time to take a, I guess not a backseat, but like he doesn't have to. He's not asked to do all that shit anymore. But yeah, if he dials it back 2 years ago, I see nothing wrong with it. I see no flaws. I think they're gonna likely repeat if he goes back to that.
Facts.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think that was the best version of Jason Tatum, but I'm more like I gotta see it to believe it if he
Yeah.
does like do better. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's incapable. He definitely just didn't play as well last season. Like he was pretty inefficient. I feel like all he has to do, in my opinion, is be more efficient. Like his numbers weren't bad. Like his playoff performances were bad because they were so inefficient. Like he had decent scoring games sometimes, but it was just like he would have like two or date shooting nights. So I feel like if he can correct that throughout the season and just like and be able to do that in the playoffs, like there's unless like a West team is just like so good, I don't see them like not being champions again.
Favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
I
least favorites.
saw
Yeah,
Kendrick Perkins today talking about how nobody's scared of the Celtics in the NBA.
He's right, bro. He's 100% right.
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think
so.
anybody's scared of the Celtics. The
Bro,
way that the Eastern teams, he even mentioned this, like the way, I think he did, or maybe it was someone else, but the way the Eastern Conference teams went and loaded up the rest of their rosters, 76ers getting Paul George, the Knicks doing what they did, it just shows to me that they think they can realistically get it. Because like remember when the Warriors were a thing, like a lot of teams are just kind of like, all right, whatever, we'll just roll who we have. Besides the Cavs, nobody was making trades. It was just like, we're fucked anyway, or like we just got to go what we have. But this year, like what signals to me, the league is more competitive than ever. The Celtics looked beatable at times, and now that a lot of teams went and got better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they can beat them, and I don't think they're afraid to challenge them either. So I definitely agree with that.
We even thought that the Nuggets could have had a chance to beat the Celtics based off of team construction too.
100%.
So
I had the healthy Knicks over, not even as healthy, like even without Randall.
Yeah, you were talking about that
until OG got hurt. Like, I thought that the Knicks at least had a really good chance.
I don't know. I just feel like
Celtics were too talented. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
But now that they have, but the way they played, they kind of like
they look beatable, right?
Yeah, and the round before that, they didn't look all that like insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have stretches where they look bad. I think the Cavs got one game on them.
Yeah, I felt like the Knicks, like they without OG too, like the Knicks play so hard that I felt like it would have been able to like shake them better. But obviously, like they were injured now. But I feel like with OG back, Randall back, Mikhail, like that's gonna be a crazy team. I wonder like if they're all actually gonna be on the team, like if they don't like trade Randall or something. But
I feel
so.
The team culture is not really scary for the Celtics. I think the whole team is just built off talent. While you have like grittiness from the Knicks, you know what you're gonna get from them, and you know who you have with like Jokic, and you fear him because of his talent too. On the other side, like Timberwolves built off defense and Anthony Edwards leading them. With the Celtics, it's like they just have talent and rely on talent.
You say this, I kind of agree with what you're saying, but they have the people that are gritty too. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday. These people are like, they're the type of players that you want on your team. You know what I mean? I get the whole Tatum like as like a main cast guy, whatever.
He's your leader.
He's your leader. But I mean, the team is surrounded by even before they had Marcus Smart. That's a dog. You know what I mean? Like the team has been like this. It's just, how do I say? I guess the people they acquired, like outside looking into the team, is like, oh my God, they have all these stars. I say they have all these defenders. They have all these people that could do it all. Swiss Army type of like players. Swiss Army knife type players. So it's like looking at them, you're like yeah, they can do it. Also, they're talented, but I mean, they have hardworking players too. You know what I mean? I don't want to give too much hate on the Celtics. You know what I mean? I've been doing that like last year.
I do. Fuck the niggas.
As a Lakers fan.
Oh shit! Never mind. Let me take it back. Hold on. They're dog shit.
Yeah, why are you glazing the Celtics?
Nah, it's a little bit of glaze, not too much glaze. It's like a mini glazed donut.
I just don't think. Well, I mean, they could win easily. They definitely should be favored. I just don't think, like you said, the teams are actually scared of them. Like they probably are not be like, oh my God, it's the Celtics. We have to like.
Crazy to say that
do the most
like
to
out loud.
People were scared of like the Warriors, but
there's no at this point the league is too talented. Like it's just so hard. We haven't seen the same champion in the last 6-7 years. So it's like it's just not even.
I'm terrified of the Nuggets.
You shouldn't be. You have no reason to.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm not even terrified of the Nuggets, bro.
I'm terrified. I'm scarred.
They literally let one of their best players go and replace him with Russell Westbrook. So,
they're gonna win a ring, bro. Westbrook ring ain't coming.
It's cursed. Like you can't win a ring with Westbrook.
You can. Jokic will give him one. My goat.
Not even he.
If they're constructed like this by the end of the season, they're getting like second round.
They're cheaping out, bro. They're cheaping out on their players. They had a window, and I feel like if they don't make any moves, it's gonna close. Like they keep losing.
Like not everyone. Like Jokic is a system in and of himself, but it's like you still had the best I'm not gonna say the best you could ever get around him. Obviously, there's better players, but it's just like to get that same combination isn't that easy. So if you start losing them, like you're not, you need
some type of talent so you can get the best out of them.
They lost their best shooter. Well, not best shooter. They lost their best perimeter defender, 100%.
Yeah, and they didn't have that many to begin with anymore.
I don't think they're going to pay Aaron Gordon either.
After they gave up Bruce.
So we'll see how that goes.
They're trying to get rid of MPJ too, and like I don't disagree with that necessarily, but it's like then you're just kind of making a new team, and it's like it's doing too much in my opinion.
Yeah, like for what? Like it's only been 2 years.
You're changing up the winning DNA. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, plus you have a generational talent on your team too.
I think
Yeah,
their
guys,
owner's
hold
just
up.
cheap. I think they just got a cheap one of those cheap owners that like doesn't like to go over the luxury tax. It's exactly why they let KCP walk.
they'll learn.
And
Look at the Warriors. The Warriors win over every year. Look at them. Right, Hassan?
if
Or
you want to
chips.
win it, if you want multiple rings, you're gonna have to pay.
You gotta
bro.
pay.
In today's
should.
landscape too, the way the new contracts are, like you have to.
Yeah, CBA.
As long as you don't go over with the second apron, you're fine, low key. Right? Is that the second apron, Bez?
You can still go over. You just got to pay a lot of money.
Yeah. But no, which one was the really bad one where it like hinders you a lot?
The second apron.
Yeah, you don't want to go over that one. That one looked
That's
bad.
the Suns right now.
Yeah.
All for nothing.
Yep.
All right.
That is crazy, yeah, because they definitely not getting no tip.
Facts.
They could be better this year, though. I'll give them that.
See,
I don't
I'll
see
let
them being
them. I'll
that
let
much
them play
better.
it out. I can't say no for sure. I don't think
What
they're
they do?
terrible.
What they do in the off season? I know they got
Guys
something.
Jones.
Oh yeah.
And then
Don't remind Omari. Don't remind Omari about Tyus Jones.
Re-sign Royce O'Neal.
Look, man.
Added someone else. I forgot who. Some perimeter
Mason
defender.
Plumlee.
Oh, did
But
they?
now we got
No,
Christian. We got Koloko, right, Omari?
That's all we need.
Yeah,
boy.
facts. We got
That's all we
Koloko.
need.
Nah, man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll
We'll
see.
see.